1 kilo ones.
Problem is, Adam, my archeries apparently have decided they don't.
Ah, well, look, just tell them to shut up for a little bit. You'll be right. You'll be right. Just get a bit of running in. We'll be all right. Get that blood pumping.
Anyway, it's not pumping quite as much as it would be in this stage if there were a breakaway up there. That's bar service there. How about that? Warren Barguil. And handed it across to its intended recipient, who is, of course, Kevin Junietz. Luxembourg champion, newly renewed jersey the other week.
He spent a lot of time in that jersey, hasn't he?
Yes.
Hey, what's your favourite national champs jersey? Apart from the British one.
I'm afraid that wouldn't be my favourite, sorry,
Rob.
Adam.
It's because no one wears white shorts with it now, isn't it? That's why.
True.
Yes.
I suppose I'm obliged to say that when you were wearing it, Adam, of course, it was the most beautiful.
Thank you very much, Robert. That's what I was digging for.
We're into Canelli at the minute, and they might have a champion's jersey producing the best Asti sparkling wine. Renowned in this part of the world, apparently. It's the 111th tour this year. Lots of ones in the title of the tour, so perhaps fitting that it should be a year of firsts. A maiden Grand Départ or Grande Partenza in Italy. A first ever finish away from Paris. And, by the nature of that fact, the first ever finish down in Nice. In terms of climbing, it's a first too. The organisers tell us that it's a record-breaking year on that front. And this, of course, is the place where the strongest riders absolutely thrive. They're faced with the toughest tests, as were those who had to build that thing on the top of the hill. In and amongst the Asti vines in northwest Italy today. It's a glorious setting for the start of the Tour de France, and we have a sensational start list. A bombastic weekend of opening fantastic racing. Today it's slowed down a little. We can expect fireworks at the finish when we get to Turin. You can tell that they'll have the telly on somewhere in that manicured garden, watching on Discovery Plus, and they'll be able to hear Jens Vogt.
Now, as you can see, we got Alexander Christophe coming past, former yellow jersey and former stage winner of the Tour de France. His team confirmed that he is the #1 sprinter for today. I heard it from Kurt Asler-Arvesen, old teammate of mine, and now the sports director of the team. Today they go for Alexander Christophe, and don't underestimate him. He is the offspring of the Vikings, so nothing is impossible for him. And back to the commentators.
Well, the Vikings are looking for more success. They've already had the first Norwegian polka dot jersey ever. The Belgians have had plenty of success, we know that. Another points jersey last year. More Belgian riders won the points classification at the Tour than any other country. Twice as much as any other country, in fact. It was introduced in 1953, and 21 times that jersey has gone to Belgium. Arnaud Dully would be a contender for that. He's currently wearing the beautiful Belgian tricolour. Has to be among my favourite national championship jerseys. Adam Blythe was asking me the question about that. I think I'd have to go with Italy, though, I'm afraid, Adam. Let's go to Alexander Christophe, who has been a champion of many things.
Alexander Christophe, a big opportunity today. You have the aero bike on, you have the big chain ring. How do you see today's final and the run-in?
I think it's going to be fast, definitely, and there is 2 corners. Going to keep the speed a little bit down there, but still, again, 700 meters, 750 back straight, so yeah, high speed. A lot of sprinters there. It's going to be chaos.
You have a strong train with you, Tiller, the green jersey, Abrahamsen and Søren Wernskjold. We saw last year in the Tour that you and Søren was swapping a little bit. Just to confirm, are you the sprinter today?
For the moment, yes, unless I feel really bad during the stage. And maybe we'll swap on later on. If Søren feels really good, then he will also have some days.
Last thing, Alexander, how are you feeling after the 2 first hard stages in the Tour?
I felt really bad first day, so then I was thinking I will not sprint today, but yesterday I felt like normal, and yeah, today is also a bit colder, than the first day, so I think it's going to be okay.
That's a good one, Alex.
Alexander Kristoff, who comes from the Norwegian Riviera, Stavanger. Big oil city, beautiful city, by the way, in the west of Norway, southwest of Norway, if you ever have the chance to go and visit. I had the fortune to ride my bike around there, actually, and some tremendous, albeit pretty heavy roads. But Alexander Kristoff spent lots of time training at home back in Stavanger, rather than going to an altitude camp. And then he raced. He wanted racing. We were talking about altitude earlier this week, Adam, and saying that it doesn't always work for everybody. But racing worked for Kristoff because he won 4 times as soon as he started racing again, including in Norway, in his native Stavanger, a stage he always seems to win at the end of the race. Of course, he is a top rider, isn't he? It's his 11th Tour de France. He's been a stage winner, a yellow jersey wearer, a veteran of the team, but he's also said to be one of the sort of laughers and jokers in and around the setup, despite his quite serious and cold image sometimes. He says he feels faster than last year, when he reckoned his legs were lacking, despite saying he had a super lead out. And it does sound like he has a really good relationship with Søren Varneskjold, who himself has just come in off the back of the Tour of Belgium. So we'll see how they get on. Uno X Mobility looking for their first ever victory at the Tour de France. Here's Pascal Ackermann, who is at his first Tour de France full stop. Former German champion. He's one of the 6 riders at this race who could join that club. Just over 100 riders strong, but having won at all 3 Grand Tours. There's Bingen Girmay looking for his first Tour de France win, but we know today it should be about Gerben Thijssen. Phil Bauhaus riding for a Bahrain team looking to surprise. And we're surrounded by the glorious vines of the Asti region. Adam likes a bit of spumante, sparkling wine.
There's not many things in Italy that I don't like.
No. I think you were made to live in that country.
I agree. Number 1, wine. Number 2, Aperol. Number 3, burrata. Perfect. That's all I need in my life, and a bit of steak.
Well, you know, you could be found on the Milanese catwalks as well. You're a bit of a fashionista.
Well, let's not go that far. I like me clobber. I like clothing, but
That's how they call it in Milan, is it?
yeah, it's the clobber. That's French.
Yeah. We're going there tomorrow, Adam.
Almost. Yeah, I love Italy. Oh, Danny's back. Sorry, I'm putting pressure on her to start talking now. I had my feet up on a chair in the commentary booth. I've had to remove them. Yeah,
You should
I love
have seen
Italy.
him. Led down he was, using my chair.
It's a comfortable day. I'm getting calm before the finish today.
That's the effect I have on Adam, Dan. I usually put him to sleep.
Rob, listen, you never put me to sleep, mate. I absolutely, you know my feelings towards you and your commentary, mate. I adore it.
Yes, darling. That wasn't my JHP impression, by the way. I hope he was listening to yours earlier on.
He shouldn't be. He's flipping teaching. He needs to be teaching these kids about the future and what they've got in front of them.
Maybe they're having a geography lesson by watching the tour on the telly.
Oh, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, John Harris Bass is a school teacher, and he couldn't be in today because he is teaching at school. And I would be thrilled if he told everyone in his class today, we're going to do a bit of geography and we're going to watch the Tour de France, just to try and pass it by a little bit. But I can imagine getting him quite frustrated with us that keep having a little dig at him there and there as well.
It was brilliant, wasn't it, when you turn up in class and you got to watch a video?
Oh, fantastic. Those were the
One of
days.
life's little wins when you're at school, that.
Hey, listen, they still do it now within cycling where they go back and watch races. Everyone's still learning, Rob. You could have done this better. You could have done that better.
Every day's a school day, Adam.
It is, yeah. It is.
What have you been up to anyway, Danny?
Relaxing on the sofa, listening to your dulcet tones, Rob. And having some lunch, of course.
Well, you've
most
only tuned in for the last
importantly,
5 minutes
let's
then. Because I've been off having some lunch as well.
Yeah, I had some nice noodles, actually. It was very delicious.
Sure.
I've had a
I
question.
didn't even have to prompt and ask then. I was going to do the whole royal family, what have you had for your tea, Dave? But, you know, you came straight out with it.
I've had a question in, Roberta.
Yes.
Asking if cyclists are allowed to listen to music. No, they're not. They're not allowed to take any sort of music device with them, although the team car can play music through the radio. The only problem is then if they do, the line's open, and if there is a problem within the peloton, the riders obviously can't speak back to him, so it never happens.
Oh, it did for me.
Did it?
Yeah, we had a DS that you always used to play music through the radio.
There you go.
Also, I was actually listening to you, Adam, when you were talking about Geraint and what he might be listening to. And I, again, was listening to my brother-in-law and Geraint's podcast before the tour. And
What's
apparently, Kwiato made the earpieces specifically for the team for this Tour de France. So I'm wondering if it was that.
So I was joking earlier about them being Apple AirPods. They are Apple AirPods, but they are, Movistar used to have it, they just cut one of the wires off, and then they changed the hole into the microphone system, the aux cable almost, so they fit it into the mics. Movistar used to do it, but if anyone's used them, they are one of the comfiest ones.
But apparently Kwiato is the man for all of that jazz, and he gets involved with all the intricate details for the team. So, yeah.
He actually does it himself. He's got a bit of a workshop.
Yeah, he does it himself.
Wow.
So he did all of the riders' earpieces for the tour. So yeah, it gives him something to do while he's not on his bike, I guess.
Too much time on his hands, hasn't he?
We've got plenty on our hands today, and we're looking around these Asti vineyards in Piemonte. On our way to Cuneo, by the way.
Hey Rob, I noticed earlier as well, we've been speaking about a lot today, and it's Groenewegen again, but not about his nose, please, you'll all be pleased to hear. He didn't contest the intermediate either. Neither did Arnold De Lee. There's a few of them back there who didn't go for it today, and I'm surprised that De Lee didn't go for it. Of all people, Dylan, I completely understand. A bit more of a pure sprint, you know, for the real flat stages, the proper sprint stages, and wanting to save everything for he can for the finish. But I thought with De Lee, a little bit more punchier, a little bit more of a versatile rider where he can get over the hills, that he might have gone for that today. So a bit of a shock that he didn't to me. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's different, aren't they? Some riders like to go for the intermediates, some don't want to get caught up in that mess and the fight. Was he too far back in the lead into it and then thought, oh, I'm not going to waste my energy? Yeah, I mean, it's so far out, I wouldn't have read too much into it.
There's also as well the fact that our producer sent it to me earlier, a DS call they had with a little trek of, if a sprinter like Philipsen last year wins the first 3 stages, take loads of green jersey points, it's almost wrapped up as his, bar being a few incidents. But you'd think on day, like the first sprint day with points available like that, you'd think that he'd have a go at it. I can understand later on in the race where that green jersey's completely so far away from him, but if he's up there in the sprints, he will have to start contesting the intermediates.
And the momentum's so important in these races, isn't it? Because if you start well and you've picked up points at that intermediate, you then do well and you sort of get yourself up there towards or into the green jersey, you're off and running then, aren't you? We often see a sprinter dominate the first few sprints. Whoever's won can then go on to take maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think that, you know, we might be so far off the mark nowadays, Rob, with thinking that, you know, if you're there in the green jersey and you've got it still, there's the little clip of the shoes with Jensi was talking about before. It's basically just, there's a company Specialized used to make them for the lace-up shoes back in the day. So the first lace-up shoe that they did, they used to have like this cut-out overshoe that just went over the laces to make it more smooth, basically. You can see it there better, but it's just going over the top of his boas. It's so tight that the wind is still going over the top of that boa. So I'm not quite sure the reasoning behind it too much, but like I said before, placebo effect, if you think it makes you go faster.
Now then, Mark Cavendish stopping here. He stopped. I've been talking to a couple of DSs today as well, and there's been a couple of stops. There's been a bit of fiddling with the bike. We always say with Cavendish this is a good sign, but we heard a radio communication, didn't we, a little bit back about the wheel, about how they were going to do it, how they were going to change it. This is that plan change now, it seems, and they're obviously wanting to stay with this bike. There is Zanini there, sports director, Renshaw getting out as well. Quick pep talk, gels. There's lots going on here.
There's more gels going in that pocket. It's like he's in a blooming Science in Sport factory shop here. I can only imagine the reason why he's changed both wheels there, maybe for tyres. If the weather wasn't looking like it's going to rain, which we've been speculating a little bit, he might have got onto a TT tyre or something like that, which is a lot faster than normal road tyre. I can only imagine it's that. The wheels that he had in before, the logos on them are coloured to his bike, and they're the ones that he took out. He's asking for the motorbike to pass him so the cars can pass, so he can use the cars to get on. Again, trying to save as much energy as possible, but...
And the reason he wouldn't have had a full bike change would be because that would be his number one race bike. So what he is most comfortable on. So that's the reason why he wouldn't have had a full bike change. But yeah, he's saying, can we have the car passed? So he wants to save as much energy as possible, not just for himself, but for his teammate, who is also going to be critical in the final.
Little chat there from the Astana car to the motorbike camera as well. But naturally, you imagine the camera's going to stay there. The director is going to want this shot.
Look at the bottles as well, the TT bottles on his bike. So they're not the traditional bottle. That bottle on his down tube there is a TT one, so a really slim and narrow one. The one on the back looks like it's matching the shape of the seat tube as well. So every little bit is being thought about here. You know, he's got the little things over his shoes. He's got the aero socks on as well with it. He's got the bottles on to match that up. All this as well, you have to think about it's massively aero gains, but that's a lot of work for the team as well. Every time Mark goes to get a bottle, it's not a normal bottle. They've got to get Mark's special bottle that fits in, and the directors and the soigneurs have got to be in that specific place where they know where the bottle is. It's a lot of extra work.
It's really impressive, actually, when you look at it and you think about it. And you think back to last year, yes, he was in a great place on a couple of occasions before he crashed out. I personally, anecdotally, can't remember as much going into the project as we're seeing this year, with every little detail. And you have to hand it to the team, not just Cavendish himself, but his coach as well, and Mark Renshaw, everybody in the team, the tech people, everybody's in on this. There's real buy-in.
Yeah, I think you have to be. And again, going back to the British cycling, it's a similar attitude there, where it is all these marginal gains that make a difference. When you're talking about athletes and riders that are at such a high level across the board, it's these little things that can make the difference. Maybe not on their own, but as a collective can make a huge difference. It's that team behind the scenes that are working endlessly to look at all of these intricate details as to where that difference can be made. And I think Mark Renshaw will play a huge part in that. Obviously, he goes way back with Mark, and now he's been in the team full-time for the past 12 months. And they've worked together, they've got Morkov back. Case Bowles had more opportunity to race with Mark over the last...
Old teammate Ballerini as well.
Exactly, so it's just the biggest opportunity here, and like we keep discussing, the earlier he can do it, the better. So good to see they've made that plan, and we heard on the radio, didn't we, you know, just wait, we need to get this plan in place so they don't waste energy and they can do it as smoothly as possible. And I mean, that was pretty smooth, wasn't it?
There is nothing more powerful in the world than a good story. And what a story that would be. Meantime, at the front, 86 kilometers remain. We're into Piemonte. This is Christian Jensen, one of 3 riders, just pulling things along at the front. Côte de Barbaresco is coming up in 10 kilometers time. On the way through Cuneo province, very briefly into Asti, back to Cuneo. Barbaresco comes with around 75 k's to go. Very well known for its wine, by the way. Red wine made from Nebbiolo. Oh, if Jono were here, he would be salivating. Shared a nice bottle or two of the Nebbiolo grape variety with Jono before. With all the relevant stories. Where it's best from, when it's best from.
Do you know what, I had a lot of messages yesterday, Rob, about Lambrusco and that I was missing out and that it was absolutely delicious, so I must try it. Our producer Pete, who's on the road, said he was going to bring me one back if he could resist it himself.
Oh, did he now?
Obviously, before he did actually. I'm his new
Right.
Poor
favourite.
Pete's going to have a few orders now on the WhatsApp, isn't he?
Right, yeah, cheers, Pete. Thanks for offering that to everyone.
There's Pete's hand luggage going up a bit.
I know. Don't know why you're being like that, Pete. Chris Christian Jensen here as well, and you know they've got the new kit recently for this Tour de France.
I thought you were going to tell me he liked a glass of Lambrusco then.
He probably will do, and he probably prefer a pint of Guinness more than anything. But Christian Jensen, if you look at his legs, there's a small white part just above his knees. He's a rider that likes his shorts all the way down as far as possible, and I can only imagine after they've got these new kits through, they've not done the made-to-measure of clothing just for this, so he's got that tiny little bit of tan line just poking out, like a pint of Guinness.
Well, you mentioned that, and for any viewers who don't know, Christian Jensen, of course, is a Danish rider, but he was born and raised in Ireland. He actually competed for Ireland at the Youth Olympics before riding for Denmark for the rest of his career. He's been a World Tour winner in Switzerland previously. Tim de Klerk is just behind him. And Sylvain Dillier, former podium finisher at Paris-Roubaix, sits in third place. And there are those bottles again. Time trial bidons for Mark Cavendish, as aero as possible, saving as much as possible throughout the day, and being helped back to the peloton right now by his teammate, who is Alexei Lutsenko. Cavendish at the ready. So is every other sprinter though. And it's quite the lineup here, isn't it? Groenewegen, we've seen Pedersen, Bennett, Bauhaus, Ackermann, Kokau, Dully, Vonenberg. There's Phillips, who won the green jersey last year, Gaviria, Dimar, Thijssen, Jakobsen, Christoph, and of course, Mr. number 34 so far. Welcome back to you, television viewers. We're getting closer, aren't we? Into the final 100 kilometers, well into it now. Approaching the last 80. It's stage 3 of the Tour de France, and you can just tell that the dial has been turned up a little notch. You've got riders gathering in teams. We're on our way to our next climb at Barbaresco, and nobody wants to be out of place. We've heard of the wind possibly blowing, maybe a storm or two on the way. There's no panic yet. There isn't a breakaway to chase. But Danny, it just looks different in the last 10 minutes.
It feels different, doesn't it? And there is no panic, but you can sense that things are starting to change and that tension is starting to build. The composition of the peloton is totally different now. We've seen it in one long line, which, yes, sometimes can indicate that the pace is on, but in what we've seen today really hasn't. It's just been no panic from start up until now. And like you said, Rob, we are approaching that next King of the Mountains competition. It actually starts climbing at around 79 kilometers to go. For around a kilometer, it drops down again, and then the climb proper starts. So there is that little bit of apprehension as to making sure you're in the right position to stay out of trouble more than anything, especially for those teams with sprinters who want to do something today. Keep them out of trouble. Give them that little bit of sliding room as well, because if they aren't feeling up to the climb, which a lot of them won't be, it gives them the opportunity to slip back throughout the peloton and make sure they're still in contention, still holding on to the back of the peloton for the descent.
Just improved Castagnole delle Lance, and the church you saw was San Pietro in Vincoli. The 1600s, not finished for 20 years though. 1701 it opened. A few riders we haven't seen yet. There's Guillaume Boivin, former Canadian national champion. And look at those vines. A few bottles of Asti from that. While we salivate over that, let's go to the microphones.
I know your first Tour de France in the Belgian champions jersey and the first opportunity. How are you feeling? Are you nervous?
Not nervous, but I'm feeling good. I'm excited to participate on my first bunch sprint of my career in the Tour de France, so we will see today.
We're still learning. You're still learning about yourself as a rider. This is a very flat finish. Would you prefer a climb, or do you think this will suit you just as much?
Yeah, it's very flat, so it's not my specialty, but I think with the last corner in 700 meters, it's a good one for me, so we will try.
try and we will see the result in the end, but with our pressure.
We're learning more about the way you produce power on the bike. It seems that you like to go longer and longer. This is where you're at your best.
Yeah, I'm not super explosive, but when I sprint, it's for a long time, so we will see today, but for sure Jasper Philipsen is a big favorite.
And of course, it's the match tonight. You need to finish fast.
Yeah. We will see, but Jasper is a real good sprinter, so and last year green jersey, so it's very difficult. So we will see.
Bonne chance.
Thank you.
Now, you'd say that Belgium versus France in terms of the sprints is a bit more of a competition that's destined to go Belgium's way. Of course, De Bruyne and company have got to get past Mbappé and the rest, haven't they, later on in the football? That kicks off at 6 o'clock. Hence Matt Stevens' question. They'll want to get a move on, specifically the Belgian and the French riders, to get back on the bus and get the telly on. It's a big evening in the European Championships. It's an even bigger evening for the sprinters, though, if they can take a win. There's a conversation between Van Aert and Sterren. Maybe they're talking about who Tedesco's going to pick in the starting 11 later on. Will it be Lukaku to finally get that goal that he's been after? De Bruyne has been playing well. In the meantime, we're going to the radio.
Maybe a good moment to wake up a little bit and get a bit more into the race. Wake up!
Good to know the spirits are high as the 15:26 alarm clock went off there for Visma Lisa bike. And it's just what you were talking about as well, Danny. Things are hotting up that little bit. And you imagine there's a lot of those messages going around right now in the peloton as we see Kevin Vauquelin, the first stage winner from Normandy since 1992. Thierry Marie was the last rider Normand who took a victory in the Tour de France. And it was the first ever victory for Arcaire BMW Hotels. I said early on, I appreciate that not all of you might have tuned in for the entirety of the stage today. 191 stages they had to wait to take their first victory. This is Neve Borgonuovo, and it looks very, very pretty indeed.
It's like all of Italy though, Robin, let's face it.
Well, it is called Il Bel Paese, and I mean, most things are subjective, aren't they? But you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who disagreed with the beauty of this place. Look at those hills. And this is this big wine-making area. Of course, Carlton mentioned Lange in Asti right now. And all of these hilltop towns. Very, very pretty indeed. And the Tour de France is about to come past. And a very different look to the front. Just as we were talking about there. Danny mentioned it. Everybody getting that message to wake up. Svegliati, as they'd say in these parts.
Just through that positioning, you know, just trying to make sure they're in the right place. They don't want to be far forward as possible. There's two things with it when it's like this, though. You can really have that effort to make sure you're at the front in the right position and almost waste some energy. And ultimately, at this point, you know nothing really is going to happen, so you can sort of hover around the back. It's a bit of a risk, just in case any incidents happen, you have to chase back on. But I think on a day like today, you can afford just to relax a little bit and don't overstress too much, don't overthink too much. But at the same time, it's the Tour de France. When they get onto that final climb, the road is going to be so blocked going into it, so blocked going after it as well, all the way down to the finish with lead-outs. It's going to be incredibly difficult to move up, so you want to be towards the front sooner rather than later. But I think 80 k's to go still, they've got plenty of time to make that move. If you just look now, you know, you look Visma Lisa Biker right up towards the front, as they always are. Where's UAE? There's not a single rider in shot. You know, not panicking, just staying calm, sitting down the back a little bit, saving the legs. It's only minute little things, but you can't see a single one of their riders on the shot we've got now. So they'll just be in the wheels, just maximising that time. Well, I'm going to say recovery, but it almost is recovery at a stage like this. There's such a long day that every little bit you push into the wind is a little bit chipped off that you might need later in the race.
Mamma mia, look at that.
C'est bellissimo.
Well, Neva, I just mentioned, is the birthplace, as well as the birthplace of a lot of wine round here, of one of Italy's greatest writers of peasant epics, Franco Piccinelli, author of more than 40 books, including novels, poems, and most of them set in and around these Langhe Hills. The Langhe Hills, from the top of that village you can see the Borgo Nuovo in Neve. You can see all the hills that produce the following wines: Barbera, Dolcetto, Barbaresco, and Asti as well. In fact, the first Barbaresco that was produced dates back to the early 1800s. And Cavour, the Count of Castelborgo, took on a French wine merchant and started to export it. So, for 2 centuries now almost, wine from these pots have been exported to France and then further on and around the world. And Nebbiolo grape, producing some of the best drops in the world. A lot of the architecture there dating a long, long time back. And some of it, the newer architecture, the rebuilt stuff, such as
I'm
the Clock
dead.
Tower, rebuilt in the 13th century. That's how old it is. And on sunny days like this, you see the lines of the vines. It's picture postcard stuff.
Langer as well. Very Belgian.
Langhe.
Oh.
You need to go and have a chat with your mate Rosetta again. Heading into the final 75 kilometers in a moment on day 3 of the Tour de France. We're still in Italy. And we're moving towards Turin. Scene of one Grand Tour stage already this year, won by Johnny Narvaez. He took the Maglia Rosa on the opening day ahead of
I'm gonna
Tadej
guess it's gonna be
Pogačar.
6.
That was a stage that involved more climbing.
I can't
We're
do.
about to go climbing here up Barbaresco. Through the Barbaresco vines. Riders coming to the front, wanting these positions, and maybe that was one of the reasons why we saw all of that movement towards the front, Danny and Adam.
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to go against what Adam said a little bit here, saying that UAE were doing the right thing and just sitting back, because actually I think this is a little bit of a kind of stressful time, and for me as a rider, when I was closer to the front, psychologically, more than physically of course, it just takes away that stress of having to make those little kind of micro accelerations when some riders take different lines and lose the wheel out of corners, and when you're taking these sorts of little undulating roads, and at the top of this climb it doesn't descend straight away, it's undulating for around 3 kilometers before the riders then descend. So I just think, why not? It's not going to take a lot out of them for Visma-Lease Bike. No, it's not. They've had a day doing absolutely nothing. You know, they're going to wake their legs up.
But it's not
just
that it will
sit towards
take.
the front.
It's not that it will take much out of them, but it'll take more out of them what it's taken out of UAE.
But then I think psychologically it takes away that stress that actually can take more out of you.
I'll go against it again. Psychologically, we're saving energy.
Depends what kind of rider you are, I guess. For me, it definitely would have.
But this is the whole thing, right? This is what it goes into. Sorry, Rob, that this goes into it. What type of rider you are, what type of leader you have, where you want to be towards the front, where you don't. And both are correct in their own right.
I mean, Wout's clearly back there, isn't he?
Now, one man who's at the front is at the front because it's his home region. And Matteo Sobrero is there for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. He's riding up here in and among these Langhe Hills that are his training roads. Primož Roglic, the man he's looking after, is a little further back. And those of you with good memories, as we're about halfway up this climb to Barbaresco, can cast your minds back a decade ago. It was wine trial time at the Giro d'Italia. The stage began here in Barbaresco and finished in Barolo. The winner on the day, and a man moving into the Maglia Rosa then, was a certain Colombian named Rigoberto Urán. We can expect to see Senor Urán back on our screens, I think, next month, a month and a half or so, at the Vuelta a España, as he'll probably be riding his final Grand Tour. It was a picture-perfect day then, even though it might have been raining, if memory serves me right. It's certainly much more so today. The middle of summer. We all think of Tuscany, the Marche, and all the nice-looking areas we go through on the Giro, the hills and the vines, maybe up near in the Veneto around Prosecco country, but this competes with them all.
Roberto, I'm going to wish you goodbye. Good luck.
You're off, are you?
I am off. 74.9 k's to go. I'm going to go and have a double espresso.
Now then, look at Abramson, far side. He wants the single point here. 250 metres to go. Just behind him is Sobrero, who's waving and shouting at his mates. Abramson on the left as we look at it, wanting that single point on offer at the top of this climb in Barbaresco. Just going to make sure he finishes first. And he's got a teammate helping him out as well on the right-hand side there. But here comes Sobrero, he wants it. Sobrero at home, given a bit of freedom, wakes his own legs up, and it's Matteo Sobrero at home who takes the point, takes the adulation, has a photo and a memory to last a lifetime.
He's got that Riz as well, hasn't he, in that kit?
Well, talking of good jerseys, he has been the national time trial champion of Italy, hasn't he? He won a Giro d'Italia stage in that jersey in Verona. Here he is riding for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. He's taking the King of the Mountains. This is how it looks here, following on behind. 2 climbs down, 1 to go. Adam Blythe, you can go for your espresso. Ciao for now.
Grazie, ciao.
Nice to see Sobrero enjoying himself. Rare moment. And it just shows you how relatively relaxed the day is as well, Danny. If Primož Roglic can allow him to open the legs up a little bit there, he can have some fun. And there's no real challenge behind it. I tell you what, he comes from a pretty part of the world.
It's absolutely stunning, isn't it? Like you said, I don't think anyone can argue about the beauty that this country holds. It's just amazing, isn't it? That
Well, there's the
looks
tower.
inviting, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. The old tower surviving. Apparently part of what was an original citadel up there. Neighbouring towns used to fight over that hill, apparently, both Alba and Asti.
Sorry, Rob, I was just going to say there, for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, as it's now named, for that team, I think they have to look after Primož in this final. We know that the 3-kilometre rule has now gone to 5 kilometres. Just seeing Case Bowl now, coming back, swapping his wheel as well. So maybe Adam was right there, and riders opting for maybe different tyres in the final.
And choosing their moments for both changes as well. We saw the first one well before the climb, and this one at the top of the climb.
Yeah, it's really important to pick your moment. You know, they're not going to do it just before the climb when they know naturally the pace is going to increase, so they want to give themselves the best opportunity to be able to do it swiftly and get themselves back into the peloton as quickly as possible. So yeah, for the Red Bull team, they've just got to look after Primož in the final. For the GC riders, it's about getting through that 5-kilometre to go safely.
The Lange vineyards on your screen. And we're going to go and have a listen to what Lidl Trek is saying.
Teams are nervous and they block the road, so you cannot do the pulling anymore. Okay.
It's the voice of Stefan de Jong, director, very experienced one at that Lidl Trek. A man who likes an early morning bike ride. He calls it the Dawn Patrol. He's out every morning when he can for a run or a bike ride on a Grand Tour when work permits, but I think even he would have struggled this morning with the 6 a.m. start. He, though, is a little worried about the fact that his team can't do any riding at the front. In interesting that the GC teams did get up there, and just proving, Danny, in your little chat with Adam, that, you know, you were right. The teams are worried, and they don't want an issue, or if there is to be an issue, they want to make sure they're at the front.
Yeah, it's really, really important. I mean, even though it's a sprinter's day, this is a long game, isn't it? And it's all about that yellow jersey at the end of the 3 weeks in the Tour de France, and they don't want to come into any mishap, any dangerous moments within the race. So for me, the front of the peloton is the way to do that, and we've just heard from the sports director there as to the GC teams getting nervous. They want to be towards the front. Naturally, we can see that pace increasing throughout the peloton, and for the team of Little Trek to just hold back a little bit. Of course, they'll be going for Mads Pedersen in the sprint today. He won that intermediate sprint, didn't he? Looked good there. So they could just sit back a little bit and let those GC teams take control.
And this is included in the ever-growing list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites, these hills. And you can see why. Talked about the variety of wines they have, and if you're a bike rider, as we saw Matteo Sobrero there, he's got a nice variety of training roads, flat down the bottom, plenty of hills for the efforts, and some nice quiet places to enjoy and admire the scenery. Not too far from the big climbs as well. A long ride to get up to the Alps, or up on the train, up in the car, and you're not too far either. Good altitude camp up at Sestriere without being too far from home. Easy roads though, those, according to Robbie. We'll hear more about that later when Sean rejoins us in a minute. I think he had a rather different experience of Sestriere, particularly at the Tour de France on Monday. Welcome back to you, TV viewers. A reminder that if you don't want to watch and be interrupted by the adverts, Discovery Plus is your destination. It's also the home of the Olympic Games, which will be bringing you in their entirety at the end of this month. This is the Tour de France, and you're looking at GC teams having moved up through the centre to protect their leaders. And now UAE Emirates have made that move up to look after Tadej Pogacar, who today is wearing the yellow jersey for the 22nd day in his career. It's the first time in 2 years he's been involved in the lead of the Tour de France. And here he is riding through glorious Italy, where last month he won the Giro d'Italia. We're in the northwest of Italy today for stage 3. Danny Rowe with me, Rob Hatch. Sean Kelly rejoins us after his break. And Sean, I know you've been watching on. How have you seen the day develop? Have you managed to stay awake?
Yes, well, have been watching it, and not a lot to talk about or shout about, and we could forecast that right from the start today, and it's continuing. There's a little bit of, as you mentioned there, more of an urgency just to get up the climbs, but again I think it will fizzle out a bit when we get onto the flatter sections, and you know, this is one of those days, long distance, nothing major. We can see the climb we just over there, the road, you know, quite a good road, pretty wide. So for that reason, yet the teams are not too nervous, although they were a little bit of an urgency to get onto that climb we've just been over. And yeah, this is going to be a one where it's going to be still a slow burner with this final 70 kilometres, and it could take a long time before it really starts, you know, to up the pace. And I was looking at the average here. We're just at the slowest average for today, which was 39 kilometres there. So we're just about making that, and you know, that's what the race organisers decide to do, and they were expecting, because you look at yesterday, the slowest average was 40 kilometres for the day. So the organiser was expecting this sort of a day where it could be a pretty slow one right through the day, and yeah, getting ready, and you know, I suppose expecting this could happen today, that there might be not a lot of activity for a long time.
No need for a gruppetto at all today, but here's a plug for one that will be coming up later on today. This week's gruppetto will have Derek G as my guest. We get to know him chatting to him in Florence before the start of the race. That'll be out later on today. All you have to do is go to the @Eurosport Cycling YouTube account, subscribe, and the show will be later on today, as with the daily highlights as well. 68 k's to go here, on our way to Turin, and one more categorised climb to go. That's the Sommariva Perno, easy fourth category climb, 3 k's long, average at just 4.5%.
Yeah, we've got an uncategorised climb coming in only around a couple of 100 metres time, 2 kilometres at 4%, and then, like you said, Rob, that final climb. And I'm wondering whether a team like Lidl Trek with Mads Pedersen on that final climb before the finish, it tops out at still 48 kilometres to go, so it is still a long way into the finish, but will they try something? Will they try and hurt the legs of a rider like Mark Cavendish that we have been talking about many times in that Project 35, or will they just be happy for a total control of the sprinters teams and an easy run into the finish?
Sean, if you were Lidl Trek, is that what you'd be trying to do?
I don't think it's a one that you'll go for today, because the climbs are not going to be difficult enough, and with the distance from the finish as well, that 49 kilometres approximately, you're going to burn a lot of energy, and the other teams are just going to leave you dude and kill yourself, and I think they will be thinking, okay, we just have to keep it a bit calm here and keep as many men around Pedersen as freshly as possible, and keep him in a position where he needs to be, and hopefully give him that lead out. And when you look at the Lidl Trek team, they have guys who can do that lead out very well. Notably Stuyven will be the last man, but they have other ones who can take it at that place, and I think that will be the strategy of the Lidl Trek team in this final 67 kilometres.
From another former green jersey winner, Sam Bennett, speaking to us at the start of the day.
Sam, back at the Tour, a couple of very difficult opening days. How do you think you've recovered?
Yeah, it was okay. The first day I was fine. Then yesterday, I don't know, I had really bad legs yesterday, so I thought yesterday was going to be quite handy, like the first day I thought it was going to be harder, and then vice versa, but hopefully I recovered today, and good to go.
And this finale, a classic Tour finish, of course in Italy, in Torino. How detailed a look have you had at the finish?
Yeah, I went through it quite a bit, just on Google Maps and stuff. But I mean, it's quite hard to control the position with the straight running, so it's going to be quite fast and aggressive, and could be a bit of a lottery if you don't have the legs. I mean, if you have the legs, you're always in the right position. You can use the power to get there. But it could be a bit of a washing machine coming into the final, so hopefully we get a good run in.
Been sprinting well this year. The team look pretty dialed. Who's going to be the final rider to drop you off?
Ollie, for sure. I mean, he's so experienced now, and he can do it quite smooth, and he knows where to go. So, and I'm quite comfortable following his wheels. So that's quite important to have somebody like that in front of you.
Finally, what gearing have you opted for today?
56.11.
56.11. Good luck today, Sam.
Cheers, thank you.
Big gear ratio on for Sam Bennett there. And while Sam was speaking, we've had our first attack since the opening couple of kilometres. It's a man we have not seen in Grand Tour racing for as long as 4 years. Fabien Grelier, returning to a Grand Tour for the first time since the 2020 Tour de France. It's his 4th tour. He's never ridden another Grand Tour, but he's back for a Total Energy team to provide a bit of experience in a team that has 4 out of its 8 riders on debut. Now then, Sean, where's he going here?
Well, that is the question. I wonder if the organisation of the race have decided, just some of those smaller teams try, up the pace a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting to see can we get the race going, because with still over 60 kilometres to go, they're travelling along at this very casual pace for a Tour of France stage, and it has been that all day, and it can be difficult sometimes, to get the teams to wake up and start riding that bit further out, because 65 kilometres to go, as I mentioned earlier, we're at the slowest schedule of the day, and the organisers, you know, they do not want to have a real slow one here. But you can see this man, he is pushing here and taking a bit of risk on the downhill. But I don't think the teams are going to be majorly concerned with this distance out, one man out front. They'll just continue on, I would think, with a number of the sprint teams just controlling the pace there on that front end of peloton.
Well, that was a bit of a risk to take to get us on time for the telly and the police, wasn't it? Dearie me. Actually, there's a couple of level crossings coming up, actually. We'll make sure we get through those on time, but with nobody really out front, apart from Fabien Grelier. That's not really going to affect me. I think that Grelier would need more than a closed level crossing to win this stage from here, wouldn't he? There's one of them. There you go. 24 seconds anyway. I suppose it gives us a bit of a pattern for somebody to chase now, Danny.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you can see that the peloton are moving here now at the bottom of this descent. There's around 10 kilometres before the next and the final categorised climb. But someone's got to try something, haven't they? And I guess, well, the only thing that's in his favour at the moment is the wind direction, because it's going to be a tailwind, fast run into the finish. And of course, the closer we get to that, the faster this peloton's going to be moving behind. Like I said, someone's got to try something.
Well, Fabien Grelier is from the Vendée region, where the team is based. So he's a home rider for Jean-René Bernaudot. He's from a town called La Roche-sur-Yon. We actually stayed at the start of the Tour de France when it began down there a few years ago. He's never won a professional bike race, but he has ridden the Tour de France on 4 occasions. 26 seconds, and stretching his legs. 29 years of age now, is Grelier. It must have been squeaky bum time, by the way, this year for Bernaudot's team, because it's been a while since they did anything at the Tour. You'd be wondering if they were invited, and I just wondered this year, starting in Italy, whether an Italian team would be invited. But no, so Tour de France looking after French cycling, making sure that Bernaudot's team, a long-running team, and a team that still does very good work in the youth categories as well with its feeder teams, making sure that they are still here. In and around Alba. That's the San Lorenzo Cathedral. The oldest structure they think was built on that side at the end of just the 5th century. The current church that you see, built in the first half of the 12th century. I reckon it was based on sacred buildings from Roman times. It was remodeled after that in a Gothic style. There's been plenty of renovations. They've had to apply for planning permission a few times. The last time really restored was in the middle of the 1800s. Apparently they're trying to now restore it to its original appearance. The changing face of the San Lorenzo Cathedral, sitting right in the middle of Alba, and this is the hometown, by the way, of Sobrero. Rolling through. 500 metres in front of them is the sole man out on the road. 35 seconds now for Fabien Grelier. Through Alba, it's a town that's famous for its white truffles historically. Fishing as well as the wine production that we've been banging on about all afternoon. Plenty of towers around. There are 100 structures that were built in the 14th and 15th centuries. 12 of them roughly remain. Piemontese capital of fine wine. We've got a man who's been waiting and aging, maturing himself before he came back to a Grand Tour. 4 years since his last Tour de France. And Must have missed being out in the front, and here he is. First time he's been able to stretch his legs. And at 50 k's an hour, as Sean was saying, it's a long way out and a big ask this. Certainly with all of the firepower left behind in the distance as well. 60 k's to go. Danny was talking about the next climb coming up. And just looking at the profile, Danny, before we get to the start of the climb proper, it falls flat uphill all the way as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Like you said, it's about 10 kilometres, but it's kind of just undulating upwards at around kind of 1-2%, and then the start of that climb coming with 52.3 kilometres to go. It's a pretty consistent climb. Just over 3 kilometres at 4.7%. So you would argue it is the hardest climb of the day, but again, like Sean said, he doesn't expect anything to happen on that climb. But there's always that anticipation of any climb and trying to be in the right position. So naturally, the pace is just going to get higher and higher in the lead into the base of that one.
Narrowing of the road through town. Roadworks here and there as well. You can see surfaces have been relayed. Everybody making sure they're getting through as safely as possible. Into 60 k's to go, and already more sustenance is needed for Grelier. Welcome back to television viewers into the final 60 k's now. Things are moving up on the dial at the Tour de France. It's been a slow burner today. That perhaps is even an understatement. On our way to Turin. Began in Piacenza. 42 seconds for the lone attacker who went just a few kilometers back as we came through Alba. Fabien Grelier is the man out there in the front. And behind, Alpecin de Koning have retaken the chase. And Pogačar makes a rare wrong decision and goes the left-hand side, the longer side, around the roundabout. He's in yellow today. Grelier, who's out in front, Sean, riding for Total Energy. Of course, you know them as an historic team, Bernardo de Boss. They had a lot of success a long time ago, didn't they? Even just over a decade ago. Think back to the days of Vauclair when they were Europe car and the like. But in the last 10 years, they've only won one stage of the Tour de France. You think back, it came back at the Station des Rousses. It came from a breakaway, and it was Lilian-Canmerjan.
Yes, we remember that one, and we were concerned in the final kilometres. He started cramping up and had to stop pedalling and stretching on an uphill section, and you know, he was being followed by another rider. I think it was Guessing was chasing him on the road that day, and yeah, he managed to get over the climb and won that stage here. But for Jean-René Bernardo, as you said, you know, he's had many different sponsors, but still the same team under Jean-René's direction. And yeah, they have had a lean time over the last number of years. And when you see him going out here today with the way it's been, you think, well, are they just giving something back to the organisers for getting that wild card, as you said, Rob? You know, should they have got the wild card? And talking about our Italian teams, I don't think we're going to see that, where an Italian team would get a wild card from a Tour de France organisation. It was always going to be one of the smaller French teams. But yeah, it's stirred things up a little bit here. I think the pace has certainly have upped a bit. Would it have, you know, happened if he hadn't been out there? Maybe it would still be the same, because the teams that are getting ready for the final here, they will slowly start to ramp it up a little bit. But yeah, you can see here this wide road for a rider out in front. Like this guy, the team know, everybody know there's no chance whatsoever. But at least he's getting the poob here, as we say, and he's getting on our cameras. And yeah, for a team like Total Energies, they don't have really anybody who can do something this final. So why not have a go there and get up the road?
Yeah, Dujardin is one of the faster finishers, but you wouldn't put him up in the same bracket as the rest of the sprinters we've mentioned. Certainly not on paper. You know, this is a bike race and anything can happen. Fabien Grelier is doing his best to get that name of the sponsor up there and out on the telly, as Sean was saying. I mentioned Canmerjan winning that stage. That was in 2017 at the Station des Rousses. You go back just over a decade, there was a golden year where they actually won 3 stages. Thomas Vauclair won 2, didn't he, in 2012, and he had that long period where he was out there racing really well. And Pierre Roland, remember that one? Stage 11 that year. He'd won the year before previously, a couple of stages from the end on a very, very famous climb. So 56.5 Ks to go. Different shape to the peloton here. 46 seconds turns to 47 for Grelier. But still only a couple of teams riding. It's well under control with just over 56 Ks to go. I'm going to take my leave in a moment. Cotton Kirby's going to return and call you to the finish. However, Cotton, I'm going to leave you with one little nugget that I've just received from our good mate, Matt Stevens, who's just arrived at the finish. He says, I've just gone to the finish. The wind is currently going to be a head cross from the left-hand side right up the finish straight. Mostly cross, though, he says. The wind appears to be getting up ever so slightly. So we thank Matt, and I'll say goodbye. Over to you, Cotton.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us today. It's been a challenge, but hopefully we've risen up to it. So most of you seem to be enjoying yourselves. It's going to get very, very lively. Gosh, it's amazing you can hear the bells inside the helicopter. I don't know how many times I've said that. But there'll be plenty more. As it is, we've got a man who's just tested the
That was very difficult.